This is Miami, Florida. Serving a population of 6.2 million people, a network of Metrorail, commuter rail, people mover, and bus rapid transit lines runs across this U.S. city, servicing 87 stations across 3 counties. Consisting of 102 miles of track and 20 miles of dedicated busway, the system travels across Miami, with trains and buses radiating from downtown to the suburbs. But how did this system grow from its original station to the network it is today? My name's Zach, and this is the evolution of the network. The beginning of Miami's rapid transit network began to form in May 1984, with the opening of the initial section of the Metrorail system. Starting from Dadeland South Station, the line ran north towards downtown, with 10 initial stops to Overtown. In December, a second segment of the system opened, adding 5 more stations to Arlington Heights. The following May, a further northward extension of the line opened, completing the initial route to Okeechobee. The first phase of Miami's downtown people mover opened in April 1986, with 2 lines running in opposite loops. 9 stations were serviced on the system, including interchange with Metrorail at Government Center. 2 stations were serviced in one direction only, with Miami Avenue being serviced only by inner loop trains, and Fort Dallas Park being serviced only by outer loop trains. 2 stations in downtown were renamed in July 1988, reflecting the opening of the nearby Miami Arena. On Metrorail, Overtown was renamed to Overtown Arena, while the Metromover station at State Plaza was updated to Arena State Plaza. Commuter rail service in Miami launched in January 1989, with Tri-Rail trains beginning service. Starting from a stop near the Miami International Airport, the line traveled north to West Palm Beach, servicing 10 intermediate stations along the route. In March, an interchange station was opened on the line, allowing passengers to transfer between Tri-Rail and Metrorail. 3 months later in June, an additional station opened in the middle of the route at Cypress Creek, followed in December by a station near the northern end of the line at Boynton Beach. The Metromover network was expanded 5 years later in May 1994, with 2 new branches opening to the north and south. Service on the outer loop was extended south to Financial District, servicing 6 new stations and interchanging with Metrorail at Brickell. To the north, a new line extended to School Board, following the former outer loop and servicing 6 new stations. 2 stations on the network were also renamed at this time, with Fort Dallas Park becoming 3rd Street and World Trade Center becoming Knight Center. On Tri-Rail, 2 infill stations were opened in March 1996, improving access to the network. Just north of the Tri-Rail Metrorail transfer, a station opened at Opa-locka, while further north on the line, trains also began stopping at Sheridan Street. In October, Bicentennial Park Station on the Omni Loop was closed, having seen very low ridership since opening 2 years earlier. At the same time, Tri-Rail was extended 1 station north, with trains now ending at Mangonia Park. Bus rapid transit in Miami began in February 1997, with the opening of the initial section of the South Dade Transitway. Starting from the end of the Metrorail line at Dadeland South, the dedicated roadway traveled to Southwest 112th Avenue, servicing 16 stops along the route. On Tri-Rail, the route was extended closer to the Miami Airport in April 1998, improving access to the facility. The previous station remained in service, however, being renamed to Hialeah Market. In October 1999, the Tri-Rail station at Palm Beach Airport was closed and demolished in order to make way for an expanded freeway interchange. Elsewhere on Tri-Rail, the stop at Fort Lauderdale Airport was relocated in August 2000, being renamed to Fort Lauderdale Airport at Dania Beach. The Metrorail line was extended further west in November 2003, with a one-stop extension taking the line to Palmetto. At the opposite end of the network, the South Dade Transitway was extended further south in April 2005, with 5 new stations taking the roadway to Southwest 264th Street. 2 years later, in December 2007, the busway was extended further south to Southwest 344th Street, completing the roadway that we know today. At the same time, the Overtown Arena Metrorail station was renamed, now being referred to as Historic Overtown Lyric Theater. The Omni Loop Metromover station at Omni was renamed in May 2009, now being called Adrian Arch Center after the nearby performing arts venue. On Tri-Rail, service to Miami Airport was revised in September 2011, with construction beginning on an enhanced station. To facilitate this, trains were cut back to Hialeah Market, with the stop temporarily being renamed to reflect this change. A second branch of the Metrorail network launched in July 2012, providing service to the Miami International Airport. Service on the Orange Line followed the existing route to Dadeland South, with the existing route being renamed to the Green Line. At the same time, the Metromover station at Arena State Plaza was renamed to Wilkie D. Ferguson Jr. A new Omni-Loop Metromover station opened in December 2013, with trains beginning to stop at Museum Park. The following December, the South Day Transitway station at 117th Street was closed, being replaced by a nearby stop at 120th Street. Finally, in April 2015, Tri-Rail service was extended back to the Miami Airport, servicing a new joint facility with the Orange Line. This brings us to the Miami Rapid Transit map that we know today. In the years to come, more expansions are planned for the Miami Transit network that will see enhanced service operate across the region. In early 2022, a second branch of Tri-Rail will open, diverting off from the Tri-Rail Metrorail transfer and extending into downtown Miami. The new station will provide an interchange to Metrorail and Metromover services, as well as transfers to Brightline trains. In late 2023, service on the South Day Transitway will be enhanced, with a new dedicated service beginning along the route. 15 stations on the route will be upgraded with center island platforms, with existing local buses continuing to service the remaining stops. That was the evolution of Miami's rail and busway network, giving us the 6 rail lines and 1 busway that we know today. If you haven't already, be sure to watch our evolution of the network videos on other American cities, which you can access by clicking the button in the top right corner. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below to join in the discussion. My name's Zach, and I'll be vanishing underground until the next one.